lean on for a shoulder or what have you. Where I think people are getting confused at is that they're turning support into being someone's dependent. And which you cannot run around saying you're independent when you are turning the very support that you have, that someone is there to help you, get through a tough time or whatever it is, but you're turning into a dependency. And so when that person realizes that and they kind of scale back, then you're out there preaching, oh, either that person hating on me, or they don't support me, or they don't do this, or I don't have no friends, or I'm all alone, or all of it. And it's getting to the point, as Dot stated on Facebook earlier, that everybody is offended. Here's the thing. Support has something to do with financial, but that's not all it is. And I wish people would get away from the fact that they think that if someone is not supporting you financially, then that means they're not there for you. I have seen grown women and men literally put a halt on their life or have a discrepancy or get into something based on what they think somebody's supposed to be doing for you. And nobody, and this has been my kid, if you ask any of my children, you ask my best friend who's been my best friend for 30 years, never had an argument, never, not once, for over 30 years. This is my motto. Don't nobody in the world owe you nothing. Nobody. Nobody is obligated to, the only people in the world, two people that are obligated to take care of you is your mama and your daddy. That's it. Not your best friend, not your baby mama, not your baby daddy, not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend, not your... Technically, that's a whole nother ball game, but I ain't going to say that. But nobody is obligated. And at the end of the day, don't nobody care. I heard a stand-up comedian, Chris Rock. I watched one of his shows, and he said before his daughter leave the house every day, he'd tell her, don't nobody out there give a F about you. Nobody. And he said he tell her that all the time. And I ain't gonna lie, I tell my kids that all the time. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. So people have to learn to get up, put your big girl panties on, put your big boy boots on, and tend to yourself. Because when you are supporting somebody, there's a very thin line, as Nita said last week, between supporting them and enabling them. And when you enable somebody, you're taking away their power to figure out how to do things on their own. Because people get so used to, oh, I can't leave here, or I can't not talk to that person because they've done so much for me. People will let people run over them, and won't even budge to give that person up when that person could be so toxic because they basing on, oh, but I might need $20 from that person. But no, they gotta stay. And yeah, I couldn't wait to get back here Saturday tonight to talk about this, y'all. So that it is it's nerve wracking almost to see how many relationships are broken because somebody feel like they're not being supported. No, you feel like somebody ain't doing something for you that you need to be doing for yourself. And that's my take on it. That's what I believe. And it's ridiculous. And we have all had those moments. And even, with me, and I put myself on the line. For a long time, I was with the same person for years. So there was a certain amount of stuff that I expected. And sometimes in different situations, people had to tell me, "Oh, we ain't him." You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't got to do this for you like this. It don't work like that over here. Because we ain't him. And I had to be like, oh, yeah, dang. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I get that. So we all have those moments where, um, sometimes that we feel like somebody should be doing the wrong person should be going further than they need to be for us. And so we just have to be mindful of those type of dependencies with people, So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. What y'all think? I ran my mouth.
Well, I was going to say, or even further than we are willing to go ourselves for ourselves. You know what I mean? We sometimes expect people to do things that we don't even want to do or would do for ourselves, and that is, detrimental to the other person. To have more expectation of someone else than you have of yourself.
That's true. That's good. That's real good.
But that's where people go wrong though, because people expect somebody to do more for them than they would do for themselves. That's crazy. Like you want them to be your mother.
Crazy.
That's not even like you're not what? That's not your father or your mother. Like that don't even make sense. That's not a sponsor. You want a parent. Get out of here.
You want a parent. You want a parent. You want a parent. And you get, and that's why sometimes when you have a good heart, and I'm patting myself on the back because I believe I'm a person with a good heart, and I'm just a natural born giver, I struggle with that. I struggle with that with you guys. I struggle with that a lot because before I know it, I'm just yesing. I'm just doing something. And so at times I feel like I gotta, put out a disclaimer or, I always have to back it up. But I've been really, meditating about that. Like and I realized this week that you cannot, I can't, I struggle with thinking.
You have to get away from the askers.
Yeah.
You have to get away from the people who are going to ask you just because they know you're going to say yes. Whether you can do it, whether you feel like doing it doesn't really matter to them. They just know that that's who you are as a person and they're going to take advantage of you. You just have to get away from those people because I was surrounded by people like that for a long time in my life. And I just could not, no matter what, how many times I told myself, I just could not say no. And I was like, you know what? At some point when I wasn't around them, I realized, this is what's best for me. Because it's not about you saying yes and no. It's simply about someone asking you, like, why even ask me to do something that for you that you could do for yourself? Don't ask me. Oh, that's my
That is true. That's true. And what I had this discussion with a very close friend of mine all the time, and I know she's listening to our show, but I always tell her, no is a complete sentence. It's just a complete sentence. And you have to learn how to utilize it. She wants to say no. She wants to say no, but she want to give you who shot Chuck and why. Nobody cares who shot Chuck and why. Just no. No is a complete sentence all by yourself. You don't owe nobody an explanation of why you can or cannot do something. Just because when you say yes, you don't have to give an explanation with it, do you? Because when you say yes, that's it. That's it. So when you say no, that's it. That's it. And we do that, practice that with our kids. We practice that. We need to start practicing that with adults. We have the right to say no without explanation. And without feeling like, oh, they're going to be mad at me because I said no this time. Every now and then you got to, no matter, if you got a kid out here, hey, now you got to, even if you want to do it, even if you can do it, whatever it is, not today. And let them look at your face.
No, anyway.
Mom. Yeah, like, what's going on around her? Just no. Just because. You know what I'm saying? Because people get used to the yeses. And it's not right. It's not fair. I don't think it's fair.
In regards to empathy or sympathy or just any type of self-regard to the other person. For you to just completely forget that they have their own things that they go through just like you, just because they may be different from you, they still going through things. and to feel that you are more important to them than they are to themselves, it's just too much of that in today's society with adults. I don't understand it.
Borrow $30. That's not. I don't want to be that person for you. I want to just let me just be. You know what I mean? Like let's just be. And then when times hit hard, we all hit a financial spot sometimes where that's necessary, and that's okay. If you have somebody that you can reach out to, you never know what can happen, and you may need help financially, and that's okay. But when that need turns into a biweekly thing, then that's where the problem is. When your need always end up on my payday, So yeah, we just have to be mindful of that because hey, it's always you just never know when you have to be that one that need the hot 20 real quick or the hot 40, and that's okay if you have a friend. If you have a friend you can go to for that hot 40, but at some point as an adult, independence is gonna have to rise. Another stream of income gonna have to be sought out or whatever. You got to figure it out, but you can't become someone's dependent. And I think that's where people getting support mixed up at. And then even we see it a lot on social media with businesses. It's a lot of home-based businesses going on, and we as entrepreneurs or people with home-based businesses, we do look for people, try a product or buy a product or do, something like that financially. But sometimes we just need a share or a like or a comment or something like. I just moved that don't answer that phone because she's gonna need you to pick up something. So it's just I think I'm turning it into a cultural thing, but it's really a people thing. It's a people thing, but in some cultures you do see more